Walter here. I thought I'd talk a little bit today. You've heard the expression. Alright, Phil, I'm backing up. You've heard the expression from the movies. Nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning, a war movie. Well, it brings to mind something that happened just now. Brings a scene to my mind. There's nothing like the smell of cigarette smoke in the parking lot. So today we're going to talk about smoking. Now, I've smoked cigarettes just about all my life. First thing I guess I ever smoked was a corncob pipe full of rabbit tobacco. Hiding under the back steps where they wouldn't catch us. We're out by the barn smoking the rabbit tobacco. And then later on, I began to steal a cigarette from a family member. So by the time I was 14, I was smoking cigarettes. Used to leave the school ground to go over to the drugstore and buy me a pack of cigarettes, and that would last me, a long time. Later in life, a pack of cigarettes wouldn't last me a half a day. And I'm not one of those, I don't smoke now. I had to quit on account of my heart condition. And sure, a lot of you will say that caused it, but I don't know. I had a rough life anyway. But I know a lot of you are ex-smokers or current smokers, and you run into these reformed smokers. There's nothing more rude than a reformed smoker. I don't guess I'll ever class myself as a reformed smoker, although I'm a former smoker. You've all met them, those know-it-alls that smoked just as much as you did, but all of a sudden they found religion, sort of, you might say. They've seen the light, and they want to preach it to you. Do you know what that smells like? Oh, you smell gross. Well, a cigarette smoker can't smell it because it's all over him anyway. In fact, I love the smell of cigarette smoke. And you just met them reformed smokers. They're going to preach you a sermon about the ills of smoking. And you know yourself, you already know them all. You're just hopelessly addicted to that stuff. And I haven't had any cause to go back, but every once in a while I'll smell a cigarette, and I sure want to take a puff. I'll never be classed as a reformed smoker, because I'll always love the smell of a cigarette. For a long time I smoked a pipe, and there's nothing nicer smell than the smell of pipe tobacco, or even an occasional cigar. I quit smoking several times, but always went right back to it. I think the longest I was ever quit was 3 months. I have a question for you talking about tobacco. I was always told it was imported from the Americas, and when the people come over here and discovered it and carried it and spread it all over the world. Well, answer me this: how come in all my trips out in the woods or anywhere else I've never really seen what you would call wild tobacco, yet it supposedly was smoked by the Indians and everything else in their peace pipes and stuff? Supposedly that's where we got it from. But I ain't never seen or heard of tobacco growing in the wild. What'd they do? Dig it all up or smoke it all? Now it only comes from a tobacco farm, and it's grown various parts of the world. Occasionally I used to see, working on the railroad inspecting trains, occasionally I would pass a tobacco car. And they had these special made tobacco cars. They hung tobacco in to dry and shipped it around the country. And once you smell the tobacco car, you know that smell. Just like a tire car, you can walk by a train and you know darn well if it's hauling tires. As a matter of fact, the cars that they used to haul tobacco in, they remodeled a lot of them, and they do haul tires in them. Had a little window up at the top. You can still see some of them in circulation. Windows have been covered up. If I ever see one, I'll take a picture of it. I used to have to go and retract the doors all the time. They were constantly getting the doors off the track. That's a knack in itself, is retracting a boxcar door without getting hurt. Had some close calls though. A lot of times you can just take a pinch bar and get it back off the track. Sometimes you need a boom on a truck, and a whole lot of elbow grease is involved in the matter. But how many of you are smokers? Are you one of those reformed smokers? Do you feel the urge to pass the message on to everybody not to smoke? It's up to the individual, and he's got to make up his own mind. I ain't got a leg to stand on when it comes to defending anybody smoking, but I know I sure enjoyed it. That was one reason I had trouble quitting. But it takes a different tune when the doctor tells you you're going to die, and all of a sudden you lose that urge to smoke. I still have the last carton of cigarettes that I bought shortly before I quit. It's on my dresser table. I've had no urge to open them. In fact, I paid something like $44 for that carton of cigarettes. And that was 3-4 years ago. I haven't smoked since. So I imagine them cigarettes in that carton on my dresser is pretty well dried up by now. But if I ever get the urge to smoke a cigarette, I got them handy. That brings another story to mind. In the Navy, we took down the emergency life rafts one time on the minesweeper I was on, and opened one of them up, 15-man life raft that was supposed to pop to the surface, and if a ship sinks, they automatically surface. And it's there for the survivors to sort of climb in. But in the rations compartment in that raft, we found some old Pale Mills and Camel cigarettes that had been packed in there since sometime back around World War II. I mean, the paper wasn't even white no more. But you know, we had to open them things up and fire one of them off. We'd gag a maggot smoking one of them old Pale Mills. Pale Mills and Camels were non-filtered cigarettes back in them days. How many of you smokers have probably ever smoked a non-filtered cigarette? People used to buy a rolling paper, a little bag of tobacco they called the makings, pour the tobacco in the leaf and roll their own little cigarette. We did that with rabbit tobacco, sometimes with a brown paper bag. The kids could be downright inventive sometimes. But what we were doing, we're emulating our older generation. We saw them doing that, we had to try it. When I was about 14, I came in the house from going outside to smoke a cigarette. My stepmother said, "You might as well quit slipping around, hiding the fact you're smoking cigarettes." And I went, "Yeah, you was too." I said, "How do you know?" "Because I can smell you." But I never did, at that time, start lighting up in front of her. A lot of people would have. I know my sister did. But I guess I was in the Navy and home on leave the first time I ever really smoked a cigarette in front of them. Once you got that habit, you're stuck with it. That's going to conclude my vlog today on smoking. And I appreciate you listening. This is Pwalpar signing off.